Welcome back to CBS This Morning. We reported on the Trump administration's push to reopen schools during the coronavirus pandemic. Many health experts say that's just too soon to bring your children back to the classroom. The president points, though, to other countries that he says have done it safely. This morning, Holly Williams takes a look at those schools and how they're doing. Holly, the virus is having a far-reaching effect on education in this country. Good morning to you.
Good morning. More than 1.5 billion students around the world have had their education impacted by the new coronavirus, according to the United Nations. And now many parents around the world share the same mixed feelings. On the one hand, they don't want their children to miss out on any more learning. On the other hand, they're worried about the risks of returning to the classroom.
In Israel, students went back to school in May when the country had flattened the curve of new infections. But since then, there's been a spike in cases. An outbreak in one school in Jerusalem infected over 150 staff and students. But opinion is divided about how much schools contributed to the surge in new cases. Professor Arnaud Fontenay is an epidemiologist and told us there's evidence that the risks involved in reopening schools depends on age.
Primary school age children are less contagious to others compared to, for instance, adolescents or adults.
President Trump tweeted that Germany, Denmark, Norway and Sweden reopened their schools with no problems. But most European countries waited for their infection rates to drop before sending children back to class. In Taiwan, schools were only closed for 2 weeks, and though there are lots of measures in place to prevent new infections, life has pretty much gone back to normal. But with tough measures from its government, Taiwan has had fewer than 500 confirmed infections and just 7 deaths, so may not be comparable to the US. In the UK, with the highest death toll in Europe, a group of paediatricians said keeping schools closed will exacerbate inequality and risks scarring the life chances of a generation of young people. Professor Fontenay is himself a father of 4.
Were you worried when you sent your children back to school?
They can wear masks, they can wash their hands, they can keep physical distance. It's a matter of self-discipline, and they have to learn it.
But the professor also acknowledged that maintaining that discipline, as he put it, is much more difficult for younger students. Anthony?
Yeah, it sure is, Holly. Holly Williams in Turkey, thanks.